Oh, yeah.
All right, listen. 2-6 stand up. I'm not even from the 2-6, but this week I'm from the 2-6.
I am from the 2-6. So
stand up. Go ahead, Byron.
Yo.
This you, dog.
Yo, let me tell y'all something right now.
Stand up.
Yo, don't make me go crazy. I had to cut it down because Killer was finna go
Listen.
ham.
Bill mad. Oh yeah, we have to cut that off.
Let me tell you something. This is. I can't even say that. You gotta say that.
Oh man, listen. You got Top Van, aka Teddy Crucifix, aka your pastor's favorite rapper, and this is Byron L. Cogdell.
Oh, come on, man. You messing up the drop.
What you mean the drop?
This is he's the pastor. I'm the rapper.
After you
podcast.
say your name, bro, come on. You gotta let this thing. All right. He's the pastor. I'm the rapper podcast. This is episode 5, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Look, and then me, look. I'm
wow.
gonna get on. You know what? Forget this.
I can't take this.
Funk Master Flex.
What is going on right now?
Let me tell y'all something.
Wow.
Y'all don't even know how we feeling right now. This is a specialty episode.
What are we doing right now?
This is, look, if I could show y'all how excited I am.
If y'all can't
Y'all
see.
hear my voice.
Wow.
I'm sitting right here right now. I got a Puma shirt on.
Bro, wait,
right now. You can't even see it.
Keep your clothes
I got Puma Coles on right now because Jermaine Lamar with 2 R's, Cole, has just dropped the Offseason.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So when y'all see this, y'all, it may be old to y'all at the time, but
we might have to put this out early.
We're currently living. Oh, don't say that, because I already got one queued up.
Hey man, they might have to get a double Dutch.
I might have to switch it then. So I have to put this one out Monday.
Get them with a 2-piece.
That's true. Ain't no 2-piece. I could just put this one out Monday.
Hey,
well, so it is, y'all go to get it. So this weekend or Friday, Cole just dropped the Offseason. We're gonna put this podcast. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know. You gonna have this edited in enough time?
Oh, I can edit it. We got.
So I guess
the people got to hear this.
Listen, let me tell you how we do this. So we shoot episodes in advance. We already got episodes canned in the hole. We try to stay ahead, but I guess y'all go get this one early. So
you might have to get this one early.
Y'all
you know
gonna get
why?
this one Monday
because Jermaine Lamar, Cole from Forest Hills Drive.
2014 to be
Come
exact.
on, man. What you
Forest
mean? Terry Sanford's very own.
Come on.
Off of the Merc, Yak and Roll.
Come on.
Y'all know what we do?
Come on.
2-6. Stand
2-6.
up. Look, they don't even know why I'm so hyped right now.
Oh, yeah. If y'all don't know, go ahead and let them know why you hyped.
Yo, I am born and raised. Y'all already know this. We talked about this episode 1, 2, 3.
But for the people that's catching up right now.
But man, I am a pastor. I live right here in Daytona Beach, but I was born and raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I just so happened to come up around the same time that J.Cole came up. So I saw J.Cole when I was younger, and I've been a J.Cole fan since I heard J.Cole, not the first time, because I remember when he used to do like talent shows and stuff, but when he put out his first mixtape up in New York, I've been a J.Cole fan since then. And everything he talks about, all the stuff he talks about in reference to Fayetteville, I have seen it. I have been there. I know it. So, man, Kenyatta says J. Cole makes music for 2 types of guys.
I want to hear.
J. Cole makes music for J. Cole, and J. Cole makes music for me. So, that's it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so J. Cole is my favorite rapper right now, and he's one of Ty's favorite rappers.
Oh, no, he definitely is. Quick story. I'm not going to do the long story. I moved to Atlanta to chase my dream of music because of J. Cole moving to New York to chase his dream. Have I ever told you that?
I don't think I knew that.
I was inspired by this man when he did that the HBO documentary for on 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yep.
I was so inspired. I was like, bro, I gotta go hard with my music, and I moved to the A with just my sister, and I was chasing this dream.
Yeah.
So yeah,
got a dollar in the dream.
You feel me?
Hey, look. So what we will do for this episode, it'll kind of be a little bit different. We are going to talk about the J. Cole project he just dropped, the Offseason, and then we got some other stuff. Because we can't talk about the Offseason, talk about J. Cole without talking about the content.
You know.
And this is He's the Pastor, I'm the Rapper. And what we like to talk about is culture, hip hop, and the Bible, our faith. Mm-hmm. And I think there's enough there for us to chop up.
I think there's more than enough.
Yeah, man. So
seeing that we're already 10 minutes in.
Are we?
No, it's 5
I'm
minutes.
like, bro, what is going on?
It's 5 minutes.
So, bro,
Talk to
Look,
me.
I'm gonna hold back my excitement. You are a huge J. Cole fan too,
Huge.
so I want to ask you, what did you think about the album?
All right, let me go before the album. So when he dropped that picture last week,
Ooh,
I was
the
at
doc.
work. I work for FedEx, y'all. I stopped delivering packages for like 5 minutes because I was shocked. I think I posted it in my Instagram story with some crying faces. I didn't cry, but I wanted to. That's that. And then he dropped an interlude, I think that same week, and it did numbers. Now, hold on. How many artists you know could drop an interlude
Interlude, bro.
and it goes number one?
See, first of all, in this generation, not many people even know what an interlude is.
Correct.
You know, it's not even people putting interludes on CDs anymore because there are no CDs, obviously. But
Correct.
But man,
Yeah, so he dropped the interlude. That was last week. And then, so today's Saturday. The album just dropped Friday. I think Wednesday he dropped the freestyle.
yeah. Okay, so we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, he dropped 2 freestyles. And again, I was at work. I didn't know what to do with myself, so I don't think I was ready for the album.
Yeah.
He dropped the album Friday. That's all I listened to. Well, and and Gazelle,
Yeah.
but mostly J. Cole on repeat.
Hey, let me stop right here and just say, hey, if you are one of the people who support us and you love us, and much of what you listen to this podcast for is not the rap part, I'm gonna tell you right now, like just stick with us, okay? Because we're gonna get the rap part out, but then we have some other stuff that we're gonna throw too. So just ride with us. I know some of y'all aren't J. Cole fans. Some of y'all don't listen to hip hop. Some of y'all don't listen to hip hop that's secular. I would just encourage you to stick with us in this conversation. So
Thank you, Byron.
You said the doc stopped you. The interlude interrupted you. The freestyle
I forgot about the documentary.
almost made you. Nah, you said it. You said it.
I was talking about the HBO doc. I forgot about this one. I forgot about the documentary.
Okay.
I was at work when that dropped too. It was just he was dropping everything when I was at work, and it was
Okay.
just. But yeah, needless to say, I was very excited for the album. The rollout was amazing. So
let's start with, you saw the documentary, right?
Correct.
Let's start with that, man. What'd you think?
I think it was a great documentary. It laid the foreground for this album, showing his mindset, like just going back to when he first was like really hungry and was trying to make a name for himself in the game, and everything that he was doing at that time. He pretty much put himself back in those shoes for this album, and you felt that, like just on some. J. Cole was rapping like he wasn't signed. That's how I felt. Like he was rapping like he was still hungry.
He was hungry.
Yeah, for someone to be 10 years plus in the game still rapping like that, that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
People lose their energy and their love for it, halfway. I don't want to say halfway in, maybe a couple years in. So for him to be 10 years plus in and he's still rapping like that, it's great for hip hop heads. I'll say that.
Yeah, I would agree. I watched the doc and I immediately got hyped. I was on the highway actually. Kenyatta and I were driving, so we just had the phone up and we were halfway watching it. We're trying to pay attention, but I'm listening to it. And man, just the messages that he had in there. Him talking about being at the highest skill set that he could be at, like that really resonated with me. Because I'm at this place where, like talent and gifting only gets you but so far. But like your rhythms, your discipline,
Say that.
how much work you want to put in, that is what's most important. And I feel like at my age and where I am and what I do, I'm at that place where I need to be putting up 100 shots a day. I'm at that place where I need to be doing 7-minute drills. I'm at that place where I need to like wake up earlier than everybody, go to sleep later than everybody. And not for the sake, we talked about this before one time, not because we believe only in hard work, but we actually as Christians believe that what God has deposited in us, we actually want to make the most out of.
Correct.
That's like, the parable where the parable of the talents, right? It's not about talent. It's not about like actual talent. A talent is actually a large amount of money. But to make a long story short, the parable of talents, 3 people get talents and they all invest different ways. And one person does not invest at all. Right. And that's the person who is actually condemned by his master. right? So I felt that. I'm like, yo, how can I invest in what God has given me? And Cole, man, he brought that out of me, man. I'm like, I gotta get these. I gotta figure it out. What's my 7-minute drill? You know?
That's good to hear,
bro. That junk had me hyped. Like we would ride on. I was like, yo, this is crazy, and it just got me hyped for the album.
It did, and like I said, everything that he did, it was a great rollout, man. Yeah. And I don't want y'all to blow past what Byron just said. For people that feel like I have the talent, why am I not? What separates you from the people that is talented is like Byron just said, and like J. Cole has said, it's your rhythm and your consistency.
Yeah.
And don't just be consistent just to say you're consistent. Like find something that you see like there's fruit coming from it, and be consistent in that. Yeah. And don't get weary in your well doings. But go ahead. I didn't want to blow past that.
It. Hey, I threw out something, Parable of the Talents, Matthew 25. If you want to check that out, read Matthew 25, verses 14 through 30, and you'll get an idea of what I meant when I said Parable of the Talents. A parable is just a short story that is used to give a high level truth. And Jesus used them a lot, much like rappers. They use parables all the time, right? There we go. So yeah, documentary was crazy. Got you hype. The interlude.
Okay. Honestly speaking, when he dropped the interlude, I think I was extremely happy just because I'm a J. Cole fan.
Yeah.
But listening to some other people, like my friends that they're not Cole heads, they weren't really.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, he was spitting, but I don't understand why he dropped that as a single. And when I heard that, I was like, I can see that. I know I got hype again because I'm a Cole fan.
Yeah.
But when I heard that perspective, I was like, I can see that too. Like,
I feel like the interlude, so the doc plus the interlude for me set the tone. I said, okay, I know what kind of Cole we get. Like, yo, I love Forest Hills Drive. I love For Your Eyes Only. Actually, a lot of people didn't like For Your Eyes Only. I loved it.
At first, it grew on me.
I love that album.
Going to see him perform it. I went to the concert. That it made me appreciate the album a lot more.
Yeah, I loved it because, man, Cole was doing something that nobody else was doing. That concept to me was amazing. And then I love KOD. Like I thought KOD was good. But I was like, yo, we not getting that. When the interlude came out, I said, oh, we getting bars.
Oh yeah, those are concept albums.
This is not a concept album.
Yeah, he was.
It's actually more like a mixtape. It's like Friday Night Lights. It may even be like the warm up.
The come up. I think that
the come up. No, I'm thinking the warm up.
No, I'm thinking warm up. But I'm saying I think his mindset was the come up. That's what he was. That's what he felt. He was like the hungriest in the come up game. But I think he referenced that in the doc, and I think he even referenced it in the album, the come up. So that's why I said that.
Yeah, man. So the album.
The album was phenomenal. Now, granted, I'm a Cole fan, and I'm a hip hop.
Phenomenal,
bro. I think. On some like on the skill and the art of hip hop, he brought everything forth. Like, again, I'm a rapper, y'all, so it's like I study people's flows and their cadences and all. Cole was showing you like, listen, this is however many years of me rapping. I'm gonna put it all in this album, and it showed. Yeah, it was to me, it was phenomenal,
bro. I, as a pastor, will say, I had to pray.
I know what song you're talking about.
Because I said to myself, Lord, this man is rapping. And I want to continue to be saved. And I do not want any unholy things coming out of my mouth. But man, when you turn on 95 South, I mean, it only took me 20 seconds to be like, yo, this is bananas. The real is back. The veal is back. Flow bananas. Peeled is back. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Hey, look, man.
All right, we cold heads.
Chop it up. Look, we 14 minutes in. So
for
we need
real. All right, let's go.
Yeah. You throw it at me. Tell me where you want to go with it.
So obviously y'all hearing all the good things. So let me get unbiased. So the song, I think, Let Go of My Hand.
Let Go of My Hand. Okay.
When he brought up him dibbling and dabbling
in the Quran.
Well, he said other religions that he read the Quran and he took the wisdom from it.
Yeah.
But he couldn't really rock with it because he didn't have the discipline for it.
Yeah.
You have the free will of choice. Yeah. So he has all the right to express that. So I'm not gonna say it saddens me. I think J. Cole's on a journey right now. He's trying to figure out what he wants to, I guess, devote his faith to. It seems like so. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. I know that was like I'm not gonna say a red flag. It just it caught my attention. Yeah. What the 95 Soft? He said something about Yahweh. I still haven't like quite got it. At Yahweh. The end. I'm sending him Yahweh. Yeah. He said I can't really break that line down.
Nah. He said look up at God.
I got a computer right here. Go ahead.
Yeah. He said look up at God, and I'm looking at Yahweh or something like that. And then he said shooting them Yahweh, like So he was trying to relate Yahweh to Yahweh. I mean, it was just a phonetic thing. It wasn't like
I got you.
Yeah. But I want to speak to your point about "Let Go My Hand." So that's probably one of my favorite records.
Really?
Yeah. So for a lot of reasons. One, because it's typical J. Cole. Like it's raw. Like it didn't even seem like he had wrote that. It didn't seem like it was written. It seemed like he went into the booth and just started expressing what he felt. Like the first 4 bars were about the fact that he had the beat for like 4 years and he just didn't. He didn't know what to do with it. So I was like, man, that's
as a rapper, that happens.
Yeah,
I've had beats that I sung on for like 6 years, and then it just finally hit you. So I can definitely relate with that. But
sometimes it takes some time. Sometimes it takes a good amount of time. But I loved it because it was raw. And then the part that you're referencing. The first listen, it caught me. I'm like, oh man, Cole, but then man, I listened to it 3 or 4 more times. I said, man, I kind of like that. I kind of like what he's exposing right there because he's showing that there are people like him who are searching for something. Like Correct. They're trying to figure it out. And, there's a part of it that excites me, but there's another part of it that saddens me. So I'll talk about what saddens me first. What saddens me is that I think typically, especially for guys like us or guys who grew up on hip hop, like we tend to run outside to try to find something that's better, right? But we don't see the greatness in the thing that we might have had access to the whole time. Correct. Right? So like I've seen guys run to other religions, other spiritual practices who've never really even dialed down in Christianity, right? So like even Cole, he admits he liked the wisdom of that he read in the Quran, but he didn't like the structure or the discipline, which was very ironic because this entire album is about him being disciplined.
That's a bar.
This man literally put this entire piece of his life together to emphasize the discipline that he needs. Get this, to make himself better at what he's doing and building his own kingdom. But when it comes to spiritual practices or him having more insight in life,
stop it,
or him getting greater in wisdom, he's like, I want the wisdom. I don't want the discipline.
They got to pay for this.
And
stop
bro,
it.
I feel like that's where a lot of people are. I feel like a lot of people want the wisdom of religion. They want the wisdom of certain faiths or spirituality or spiritual groups, but they don't want the discipline.
They even want the benefits.
They definitely want.
They want the benefits all definitely day, but when it comes to it's a relation. What did I hear one time? Faith. Never mind. Keep talking. I'm slaughter it.
Yeah.
It's something about conditional. Oh, grace. Grace is not conditional. Salvation is. Think about it.
Let's marinate on that. So grace is not conditional. True. I don't think salvation is conditional. I think that I'm trying to figure out a way to word that. So that's where I think you and I have some differences.
It was a saying. I did come up with this.
Yeah, no. I'm not putting it on you. I'm just saying I don't believe that salvation is conditional.
Okay, so
I would have to unpack that.
I can get you to unpack it. So what is your definition of salvation? We could talk it out and we'll get to it. Oh, this podcast is good. We're almost done.
Yeah. So salvation is your current and eternal state in your current and eternal state of righteousness in front of God. So salvation, actually, a lot of times we speak of the conditions of salvation, right? So I'm saved, which means I'm going to heaven or I won't go to hell. But salvation is actually bigger than that. Salvation speaks to what your current state of righteousness is. So when God looks at you, does he look at you as righteous or unrighteous? Well, the Bible says that if your faith is in Jesus, then when God sees you, he sees what Jesus has secured for you on the cross of Calvary, which means you are seen as righteous. Your salvific state is righteous. But when we're talking about condition, we're saying salvation pertains to whether you're going to go to hell or go to heaven. And I think that's the wrong emphasis.
I agree. So I'm trying to think it out with you then. Okay. Unpack it with you rather. So would you say, I guess we're trying to change the saying then. So would you say grace is not conditional, but faith is conditional? Is that a salvation?
Yeah, we could go down that path too, but
well, because I was trying to pick out what because in order for you to have faith, you know, faith requires action, and in order for you to do that, hold on. I'm really trying to unpack it and make it short. Let me see.
This sounds like a whole nother episode.
Yeah, so maybe we need to can it. They're gonna hate that too.
But I see where you're going with that. I just would be a little. I don't know if I would say it. Grace is unconditional, but salvation is conditional. My question would be, what are the conditions of salvation?
To believe that Jesus, you know, he did die on the cross, so he's your Lord, because I mean that's one of the things that he will be your Lord. And I guess more so just how you live your life. Like there's things that God requires of us. If you look at Matthew 5, in order to be a part of the kingdom, if you're not actively doing these things, you can't really say you're part of the kingdom.
Right.
So ultimately, as we see that God, I was talking to you about it in Ezekiel 18.
Yeah.
Like God, he wants everybody to be a part of the kingdom. Right. He doesn't want anyone out of that. But it's still, in order to say that you're kingdom minded and you're a part of the kingdom, there's some things that you have to do according to Christ, again in Matthew 5. So I guess that will be kind of the condition.
See, this is a really robust conversation. People have been arguing about this for a couple thousand years, because there are some people who would believe, no, there's no condition, right? So if God wants you saved, you will be saved. And faith is a part of, you know, I'm trying to be careful with how I state this because I don't want our listeners to get a bad idea of.
Can we preface this? All right. Hey, please remember your thought, because I don't want you to forget it. Okay. I just want people to. This is obviously it's a conversation.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I may say some things wrong. He may say some things that you don't agree with.
Yeah, this is not a scripted podcast.
Yes, please.
This is just us going off of, and this is honestly, we are attempting to try not to be too heady.
Correct.
We're trying to like put the cookies at the bottom shelf, not for the sake of thinking that y'all can't deal with it, but for the sake of making sure that it's a good listening experience.
That's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And we don't want to be we're not a theology podcast. We are a Christian culture podcast.
And we're also not apologetics. Remember somebody said that in the
comments. We're not an apologetic podcast, although I feel like all of us should be apologists at some point. But anyway, let's get back to where we were. Father, let go of my hand. So my last thing on that would be Cole is searching, right? Cole is searching, and yet there's still something that he is not ready to accept.
Correct.
Which is like, hey, faith faith gets you into a place where the discipline is not even really as difficult as what you may believe. So you praying is easier when you truly believe that Jesus is Lord. Like you being in the scriptures is easier to do when Jesus is Lord, right? So yeah, I like that part. And then man, Diddy at the end with the prayer. I said, man,
that's the thing.
That was crazy.
Was that Diddy or Black?
That was
It's not. I thought it was Diddy too. It was Diddy.
That was Diddy, bro. That was Puff.
So they reconcile.
That's what I loved about the record, because at the beginning of the record he talking about snuffing Puff, and then at the end of the record Puff is praying. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Nah, bro, this goes back to I can't remember what episode of the podcast, but the God honoring versus living for God thing. Because Diddy will throw some prayers.
He'll throw some prayers, but
not knocking this. Everybody. Go ahead, man.
Nah, I was just gonna say the content of that prayer. I said, you know what? Sometimes God is working on people's heart, and they don't even know how much God is doing in their heart.
Because my dog was talking about your will. And I was like,
I said,
Diddy. That's what I was.
Will? He's talking about the power, the will of God. That's talking to God's sovereignty.
You feel me?
You know. So, man, I'm praying that the Lord is doing work, man.
In both.
And guess what? At the end of the day, with all of that content, you get a record that is involving the real struggles of young black men like them, and like some of us, and they're like within that construct is some dealings with faith.
Yeah.
Which to God be the glory, man. Because these cats could be like completely removed from any level of having faith.
Correct.
So, yeah, man. Let's take this joint to 35.
We could do it.
Okay. What other things stood out to you on the album?
It was so much I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, man.
I guess because we went super deep just then.
Top 3 records.
Hold on. All right, my top 3 is the one "Pride is the Devil."
Ooh,
I think that's my number one.
It's gonna be the single. It got to be the single.
Oh, I already know it. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. But "Pride is the Devil," that was like that was a standout track. The Climb Back. Okay. I love that before the album came out.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't want to give a third because it's not coming to me easy, and I feel like I'll just be saying it. Those are my 2 right now.
Okay.
I feel like I say a third because you said it.
Okay.
It's not coming.
Yeah, for me, it would be 95 South. I'm going to get along with it. Sorry, y'all. But 95 South is like the record that summarizes what it was like being in Fayetteville between 2002 and 2005. Like, for real. Like, if I felt like I was at E. Smith High School in the gym in a pep rally, and half of the guys, my boy, I shouted them out on Instagram, Lil Marcus, John Pat, Twan Gainey, them boys in the corner, dip. And then, you got
long Pete tees.
Yeah, man, we had the long tees with the hats that was too big. Then you got all your people who love the South. The South was running things at that time. And to be in North Carolina, we're that halfway point. We're in the South, but we got a lot of North influence. So for all of the cats who grew up in that era, when you heard Killer, oh man, bro, I almost fell out the car on 75. I wasn't even on 95, on 75. So yeah, 95 South. I mean, I could go on and on and on about why that record is important to me. And then Let Go My Hand.
Yeah.
To me, that record is like, it's deeper than I think people actually think it is. And then, man, the joint with Moray.
I knew you was gonna love that one.
Come on, man.
I knew you was gonna love it.
Hey, look, if y'all are watching this, man, Moray is from Fayetteville. we not cousins, but I got cousins who are his cousins on another family. Like, it's crazy. But Moray is from Fayetteville. J.Cole is from Fayetteville. I got connections to J.Cole. Cole was throwing the Dennis Smith Jr. lines out there. Dennis Smith Jr. is my 3rd cousin. So, man, I was happy.
I think I got my 3rd one.
Okay.
Applying Pressure.
Applying Pressure is good.
Reason being,
damn,
I love J. Cole when he in his bag, like, bro, like, y'all go quit trying me.
Yeah.
And for all the slander he was getting, he let it out on that track. So the bars were elite, and then just him talking that talk at the end.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like, when I was hysterically laughing on the way to work. Like, Cole, I needed this. Like, because he just be quiet. He was like, bro, like, Don't try me like I'm not that
Yo,
dude.
what did you think about the Damian Lillard dub he had over there? Where Damian Lillard on Applying Pressure, where he was talking about getting
was
in
fine.
and putting work in.
It set the tone for the track.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. I agree, man. Applying Pressure was great, and I felt like it matched what the doc was, because that's what the doc was entitled.
Correct.
Applying Pressure. And you know what really stood out to me as I listened to pretty much all J. Cole, but specifically this album, is like kind of what I highlighted earlier. He has this spiritual sense, right? Like he knows that there's something greater than me, that I'm not God, right? I am not the greatest, the best, thing in this entire creation, but I am the best rapper. He thoroughly believes that. But at the same time, man, it's this, I felt like it was this tension, because he's talking about how hard he's working, and yet it's still not enough. Like, he's at the top. But I feel like
ain't nobody bigger than Cole though. Or Drake. That's about it.
Yeah, but my thing is, I don't like, if you listen to his language, he keeps saying, yo, I gotta put all of this out there, so when I'm done, I'll be fulfilled. And in the back of my head, I keep thinking,
you're never gonna be fulfilled. That's not the thing that's gonna fulfill. Oh man, you trying to preach right now.
Let me tell you, this is all I got.
Go ahead.
So I told you I'm gonna ask you, we're gonna start talking about what we were reading, right, during this week. And no lie to you, before the album came out, from Tuesday to Friday, I was reading Ecclesiastes 10 and Ecclesiastes 11. And the title on Ecclesiastes 11
Pun
is
intended.
Invest in Life. Invest in life. At the beginning of it, it talks about literally investing your money. Like, it says, send your bread on the surface of the water. It's basically talking about spread out your investments. Like, so I want people to know, like, the Bible is for that. The Bible is for you investing your money. It also talks about investing your resources. But here's where it gets me. Verse 9, it says, rejoice, young person, while you're young, and let your heart be glad in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart. And I'm like, whoa. The Bible says don't follow your heart, right? Like, on several instances, it says do not follow your heart. But then it says walk in the ways of your heart and in the desires of your eyes. But know that all these things God will bring to judgment. And I'm like, oh, so what he's saying is you can have fun, you live it up, live it up. But guess what? You're going to have to answer for all of those things. But here's where it really got me. Verse 10 says, remove sorrow from your heart, put away the pain of your flesh, because your youth and the prime of your life are fleeting. So I'm reading that. I'm meditating on that all week. Cole comes back and he's basically like, yo, I'm not young anymore. I'm not a new cat anymore. I'm going to work my tail off to be the best I can, because when I'm done, I want to be fulfilled. And what's the major theme of Ecclesiastes? I've done it all. I've seen it all. I've had it all. And nothing could please me.
Nothing.
Vanity. It's all vanity.
It's fleeting.
It's fleeting. Right? And yet, Jesus is there to please us. Jesus, not there to please us, but he does enrich our souls. And I'm not trying to preach, but I'm about to preach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's there to enrich our souls. So I thought that was like a great contrast. That's what I needed, because I know I can fall into this place where, like, I'm in the content. Like, I'm all about Cole. I'm like on this record real hard, and I needed to hear that before I heard J. Cole. Because I could have gotten to this thing where I'm like, yo, I'm finna grind it out. My sermon's about to be better than everybody. I'm about to talk to 28 people today. Like, I'm about to be the best pastor ever, because J. Cole told me that I need to grind. And you do need to grind. You need to work your butt off. You need to invest your money. Look, Christian, you need to work your butt off. You need to invest your money. You need to give as much as you can. But guess what? At the end of the day, you need to learn how to rest in God. It's the only thing that's going to bring you fulfillment. Yo.
Also, just to end on a lighter note, because we got 30 seconds. That transition from J. Cole to Lil Baby was amazing. I almost threw my phone out the window. I was driving. Bro, you can't say that wasn't. Because, all right, when he first dropped the album, he didn't put none of the features on there.
It was dope.
So you were just listening, and it was just like, oh, he changed a little rhythm. And then you heard a little baby come in. I packed the flip. I was like, wait, hold on.
It was dope. It was dope. I can't lie.
That was amazing.
Hey, man. J. Cole, salute to you.
Please. Yes,
Two
sir.
fans. I'm the pastor. He's the rapper. But both of us have mad respect for you. For those of y'all who don't listen to J. Cole is not a Christian rapper. So, you know, sometimes you got to go to the restaurant and tell them no pickles, you know, because the pickles ain't going to be good for you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you jump into this record, understand you might have to say no pickles. Like, you might have to wait till the clean version comes out. But, man, I think you will get a good understanding of what people who are wrestling look like.
Oh, yeah.
And who are searching for something look like. So shout out to J. Cole, man. And shout out to everybody. Look, I know we over 35 minutes. I'm sorry. But shout out to everybody from Fayetteville. 2-6. Stand up. And Ramsey Street.
I'm from 2-6 just for this week.
Ramsey Street.
Ramsey.
Yakin Road. Cumberland Road. All of that. Terry Sanford. E. Smith. Westover.
The Krispy Kreme donut shop up the street.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme is, that Krispy Kreme line.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say it,
Fire.
but that thing was smooth.
Fire. How you gonna wrap it up, man?
Listen, so my name is Tyvan, aka Teddy Crucifix, aka your pastor's favorite rapper.
And I'm the pastor. And actually, he's not my favorite rapper. J. Cole is my favorite rapper. But this is the He's the Pastor, I'm the Rapper podcast.
That's it.
Check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, on
and
Facebook,
TikTok.
On TikTok. We're now on TikTok. And make sure you like and subscribe to these videos.
Please.
Anything else?
Also, if you guys listen to these podcasts on streaming platforms, if you could just do us a favor and rate the podcast and comment, it helps us so people can find us. The more ratings and comments that we get, they bump us up in our category, which is Christian, and more people can discover us. So if you got it to this far, hopefully you like the podcast. So can you just do that for us? But you can find Byron on all social media platforms. Byron L. Cogdell. You can find me on all social media platforms. I am Tyvan. You can follow Identity Daytona on all social media platforms.
That's the church that we serve.
And Crew for Jesus on all social media platforms. I think that's everything. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube.
The real is back. The veil is black. Flow bananas, boy. Peel this back.
Oh, yeah.